have voiced their anger over the fact that someone like Ravindranath Reddy has in fact been chosen. Some of them feel that he is not up to the mark and cannot go ahead and provide any competition to Jagan Mohan Reddy. But we will have to wait and watch to see if in fact Jagan will not win this one. But we have to keep in mind to a great extent that Kadapa and especially Pulivendula is somewhat of a YSRCP bastion. It is very, very faithful to his father as well, and hence in all likelihood they will vote in favor of Jagan Mohan Reddy. But of course only time will say whether in fact they will provide some sort of competition to Jagan, and the TDP has definitely fielded a strong candidate as well, Verghese.
Well, in this entire thing, it looks like the Congress who is in fact sidelined, Akshita.
Absolutely, there's no question, Verghese. While in Telangana there's a lot of talk about Congress, about how they could maybe ruin it for the TRS. Here in Seemandhra, there is a big anti-Congress wave riding high, and the people are definitely on that particular bus. There's no question that the Congress will face an uphill task here. We are looking at some very prominent names here in Seemandhra as well, be it mostly incumbent MPs, of course, the likes of Palam Raju, we've got Kili Krupa Rani and several others, of course, who are all incumbent MPs in their particular regions. The question is, will it work in their favor? We've got even Raghuvira Reddy, who's the state Congress chief. We know the kind of support he enjoys, but keeping in mind the bifurcation, there has been a lot of anger in Seemandhra. We've seen protests break out, anti-Congress slogans being taken up, which is why they're considering that the two big players are TDP and YSRCP. And keeping in mind that Congress has not managed any sort of alliance in Andhra, it will definitely affect them further. Now, BJP has managed to tie up with TDP, so that will work to a great extent in their favor, considering that the TDP also has a large amount of support from Seemandhra, but the Congress definitely is not in the best of positions in Seemandhra, Verghese.
Well, Akshita, also when we look at Amethi, there are in fact big names out over there, and for the first time you see an unwritten code being broken. The unwritten code being that you don't go to the rivals camp to in fact campaign. And it's very interesting to know that this unwritten code was broken in the case of Amethi, and there also it seems that it is going to be a very tough fight.
Absolutely, Verghese. These elections have seen it all. And in fact, just 2 days ago, when it was, of course, the last day of campaigning in several of these regions, Amethi, all eyes were on Amethi, considering that Narendra Modi had descended upon that particular region, which everyone called a master move by BJP's Amit Shah and Smriti Irani. They said that they almost saved the best for the last, ensuring that to a great extent, just before voting, people's minds are maybe swayed, or maybe people are left confused between BJP and the Congress. So there's no question that it was a master move. And as I mentioned earlier, Verghese, all this while constituencies like Amethi, which have been a Gandhi stronghold, have posed very little competition for the Congress. But this time around, the BJP has made it very clear that they are going to challenge Rahul Gandhi, even though it is in a seat like Amethi, which has always gone to the Congress. And they have managed to provide quite some stiff competition. And it's not just the BJP, even the Aam Aadmi Party. So it's almost looking like they're putting across a very strong message to the Congress. And of course, we will have to wait and watch, and maybe on 16th we will find out exactly how the people of Amethi have been swayed by all of the options that they have had at hand. Never, in fact, have they had such strong options besides the Congress one. All the while, if it's been Rahul Gandhi, it's been solely Rahul Gandhi, and all other candidates have pretty much remained in his shadow. But this time around, they have managed to get their own identity. In fact, Kumar Vishwas is someone who several people are underestimating, in fact, because considering, of course, that he has been staying in Amethi for quite some time, it is said that he has managed to get in touch with the people more than any other candidate. But of course, we will have to see if, in fact, people remain faithful to Rahul Gandhi and the Congress, or whether in fact it master move by the BJP and of course campaigning by the AAP has paid off for the respective parties.
Well, Akshita, also it looks like the choice of candidates that we have in Amethi. We have Rahul Gandhi, we have Smriti Irani and Kumar Vishwas. Smriti Irani and Kumar Vishwas, top leaders of the BJP, who've been in fact put in Amethi just to challenge the notion of dynastic politics as they claim it is. Akshita?
Exactly, Varghese. In fact, the BJP, all this while, if you look at Narendra Modi's speeches, every single time he's referred to the mother-son government, he's referred to dynasty politics. So it's not definitely a big surprise as such. But considering, of course, that everyone's talking about the supposed Modi wave, it looks like they've ensured that every constituency is a strong candidate. As I mentioned, Varghese, earlier, when you see a constituency like Amethi, they wouldn't really put up a strong candidate there, knowing full well that it will be the Gandhis at the end of the day. But this time around, it seems that they've taken up a different strategy, and that strategy may just pay off for them.
Well, for those who are joining, the fate of 1,737 candidates, including Rahul Gandhi in Amethi, his cousin Varun in Sultanpur, Union Minister Beni Prasad Verma, Gonda cricketer turned politician Mohammad Kaif in Phulpur in Uttar Pradesh, Ram Vilas Paswan in Hajipur, Rabri Devi and Rajiv Pratap Rudi, all will be in fact one of the important people who will be putting their fray in this particular elections. Let us listen into one of the candidates from Amethi, Kumar Vishwas, what he had to say.
आज राहुल गांधी आ रहे हैं। आज पहली बार 2004 में नहीं आए, 2004 के मतदान के दिन नहीं आए, 2009 में नहीं आए, आज आ रहे हैं 2014 के मतदान के दिन। इसको किस तरीके से देखते हैं?
उतरना पड़ेगा आसमान से सबको। 1200 गांव में गया हूं, 40 रात गांव में रुका हूं, 4 महीने गांव में पैदल पैदल घूमा हूं। हमने पहले ही कहा था हम राजनीति करने नहीं, राजनीति बदलने आए हैं, और बदल गई राजनीति, बदल गई अमेठी, झाड़ू चल गई अमेठी।
Well, that is Kumar Vishwas giving statements saying that he's hoping that there is a change that will be in fact coming in. Coming to you, Akshata, very interestingly, if you look, AAP is very confident about their campaign in Amethi. Well, we have also polling also being conducted in Baramulla, in fact, under heavy security. Let's listen to what the people have to say.
कोई मजबूरी नहीं वोट डालने की, कोई अच्छा कोई आना चाहिए, बस यही लोगों की राय है बस।
तो अभी शुरुआत है, कैसी वोट?
हाँ, शुरुआत है, अभी तो दिन है, अभी आज घरों में लोगों को भी काम है, इसीलिए कम से कम 12 तक सब आएंगे इंशाल्लाह।
तो वोट डालेंगे यहाँ से सब?
वोट डालेंगे, हाँ वोट डालेंगे, वोट डालेंगे, सब डालेंगे, जो डालेंगे तो वो आएंगे। लेकिन जहाँ पर आज भी खेती बाड़ी करते हैं लोग, इसीलिए थोड़ा दिन है यहाँ पे आओ, इसीलिए अभी वोट लोग आएंगे।
Well, in Baramulla, people actually braving the threats from militants and also coming in and casting their votes. The Baramulla being very close to the border with Pakistan. The democracy seems to be even being exercised at every nook and corner of this country, even in places where there is tension. People coming out bravely to vote in the 8th phase. We slip into a short break. More election updates come on the other side.
ये नहीं चाहती कि आलू प्याज का ही दाम कम हो, लेकिन ये जो कुछ बच्चे हैं ऐसे जो पढ़ नहीं पा रहे हैं, उनके लिए, उनके भविष्य के लिए भी कुछ अच्छा हो।
कैसे पहली बार वोट दी?
बहुत अच्छा लगा। अच्छा।
So we have even voters coming out in Dehradun in large numbers, in fact voting at the station. Northeast has been a very interesting place to see, Akshita. In fact, there have been all the national parties are in fray over there, and in spite over there also there is the problem of insurgency, and in spite of that we have people coming and voting in large numbers.
Absolutely. All through these elections we've seen that democracy has managed to outdo everything else, be it any sort of threats, be it Naxalism, be it terrorism or anything else for that matter, Varghese. We have seen foolproof security being put across by the Election Commission to ensure that people can come out and exercise their right. But what you see on your screens, of course, are visuals from Amethi, Simandra as well as Dehradun, and people coming out in large numbers. Keep in mind, 7 states and in all 64 Lok Sabha constituencies have gone to polls today. As it is, it's about 1.5 hours into voting, and we're looking at huge numbers gathering already. So it's definitely very encouraging to see that so many people have have come out to vote. Everyone's talking about these general elections being a game changer, lifting the face of the country, and it definitely looks like the people are feeling that sentiment, as well as so many people have now come out to cast their vote already. Only just 1 hour into voting. Hopefully, of course, we will see a great voter turnout. It has been the case in several places, and there's no doubt that there's been a lot of politics playing out as well. So 9.6 crore people are expected to come out and to vote today in these 7 states. Of course, this is the 8th phase. We have 1 more phase to go, and in the last many phases we have seen a great number of people come out and vote. So hopefully this time around it will be the same. Some key contests to watch out for, some key states to watch out for, Verghese, will no doubt be Uttar Pradesh, be Bihar, we've got Simandra.